What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Don Suave, and we're back! Back better than ever. You already know. Of course you see it. You know why I got this on? You know I got the Ula follow on? Because the tribal chief of broadcaster is back on top. They may be the twos, but we are the ones. So throw your ones in the air. As we're back again with another episode so disrespectful. What's just happened? The draft. Oh, what can you say about the draft? I mean, all I gotta say is this is my reaction to the draft. Oh, that's right. Woo, this gonna be a little quick video, you know what I'm saying? Because this video ain't gonna be like my normal ones. Usually I give, sports topics, talk about the Commanders, and then I end the video. But this one is gonna be a little bit personal. So for people who don't know, if you follow me on LinkedIn, you can go to www.linkedin.com. My name there is Ricardo Grant 1987. And the reason I say that is because there was a stats I put up there, a post that garnered over 3,000 impressions, and it made me want to do this video as well. So I am going to get a little bit personal with this video, But before we do that, you already know what it is, y'all. It's time for the motivation. Let me go ahead and put the belt. I'll be getting that belt eventually. Just letting y'all know. Because the tribal chief is back on top. The tribal chief of broadcasting. The head of the broadcasting table, Don Suave, y'all. But let's go and get to the motivation. This is a very, very deep one for a lot of people who look at my videos. I just want to say, first and foremost, share, subscribe, like, comment on it. And if these motivations does anything for you, first and foremost, to God be the glory. And number two, like I said, I keep on doing it. If you want me to talk about something else, if they keep on encouraging you, hey, it's all good. To God be the glory. So, what is the motivation today? Let's talk about Zechariah. And I'm going to the book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 10, which states, "Who, with reason, despise the day of small things, beginnings? For these 7 eyes shall rejoice when they see the plumb line in the hand of Zerubbabel. They are the eyes of the Lord which roam throughout the earth." So what does this mean, the scripture? This encourages finding value in humble starts, as God empowers progress over perfection. This verse signifies that small, faithful steps are precursors to, or quote-unquote seedings of great achievements and divine plans. So here is some meanings and context for y'all. For people to have small beginnings, this is encouragement that the quote, day of the small things, refers to the underwhelming initial reconstruction of the temple by Zerubbabel, was seen insignificant compared to Solomon's former temple. Now, in God's perspective, God takes pleasure in the beginning of work, not just the completion. It is encouragement against impatience and discouragement, highlighting that God favors small starts that demonstrates faith. This is a spiritual power versus human might. Now, the broader context, which is Zechariah 4:6, stresses that success comes, quote, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit. Meaning divine, not human, power brings completion. And the plumb line verse part of it, the plummet or plumb line in Zerubbabel's hand signifies God's standard of righteousness and the active hands-on work of building. So here's some things you can use for yourself. Number one, overcoming impatience. Used to encourage individuals who are frustrated that their efforts, business, or ministry hasn't grown, urging them to trust the process. Number two, encouraging action. This motivates taking the first step, quote unquote, baby step in obedience, even if the vision is not yet fully realized. And lastly, valuing preparation. This highlights that times of quote unquote small things are actually crucial preparation periods for larger things to come. I am literally in the both world of a lot of y'all. Oftentimes we start a business. all the time. Hey, look I'm going right now. My YouTube channel. For some of y'all looking at it right now, I've been doing this for years. I mean, literally, you can go to my YouTube videos and see some of the videos I've done has been from 2018. That's 8 years ago. And you look at where it is right now. I have 100 right now that I see 129 subscribers. And yeah, I can get discouraged because what y'all don't know is it's me that's doing everything. I have the lights, I have the camera, I have the computer, I have props, I have crowns, I have a lot of things I have to do to put together a video. Even going down looking at a YouTube video to make it entertaining, to make it encouraging, to make it the fact that when you look at it, you just don't turn it off. I even cut my own videos. So when I do my shorts, that's me doing them. I say that to say all this. Can it get discouraging? Absolutely. I am not blind to that. But here's the thing about it. And I know it may sound stressful, sound hurtful, but hear me when I say this. Hear me out. Start from the bottom literally helps you instead of starting from the top. And what I mean by that. So when you start from the bottom, you're building up. You start on your foundation. And no matter how long it takes, you start building to the fact that when you get to where you want to be at, you appreciate where you started at. For one, you appreciate the hard work you put in. Number two, it actually encourages somebody who may be going through the same thing. And let's be real. Number three, it actually brings the realness out of some people say they quote unquote support you. See, when people say they support you and support your business, this is what really comes with it. Did you support me at the bottom? Or you only support me when y'all got to where I want to be at? Now you're coming around. Now you want to be on the show, or you want to be in the business, or whatever, you want to be a part of it. But you won't, I think as Rick Ross said, you won't with me shooting with the ball at the gym. That's basically what it is. You won't with me spending hours and hours inside the gym. Me personally, you weren't with me when I was doing these videos, having to get the scriptures when I had praying, getting the scripts, getting all this stuff put together. So for people to have a business, have something that's very small and it's get frustrated because you put your all into it, don't give up. Do not give up. I know it's hard. I know you want, especially for people who want to do this full time, not just YouTube videos. I mean, people who got their own businesses. They want to do it full time because you don't want to be at a 9 to 5 and being under somebody else. If they're your boss, you want to be your own boss. But I know times it's hard. You want to get that clientele. You want to get that property. You want to get so many things, and it seems like when is it ever going to break? But here's the thing about it. I always live by these words: faith, hard work, and consistency. When you have the faith in your business, it's going to be good. Have the faith that that it's going to explode. Have the faith that you put your all into it, which leads to hard work. Don't just tell something. Put your all into it. Put your pride into it. Put your passion into it. Because while people are looking at it, they can see if you actually was hard work with it, or they can see you just basically just did whatever, lackadaisy. And we have lackadaisy work. People can see it. But they gonna stick up. But if you have a passion in your work, your hard work, getting out, going for the grind, doing everything, people see that too. And then lastly, be consistent. That's one of the hardest parts. Because when you're consistent, that means you're on a schedule. Could be every day, every other day. For me, it's every week. Just consistently doing it, consistently doing it. And in times, that's gonna build up to where you need it to be at. So when this scripture said, do not despise small beginnings, yes, do not despise being at the bottom. Do not despise being, with the scraps. Hey, look, eventually it's gonna work out. Eventually you're gonna get elevated to where you need to be because you put the work in. And number one thing you always gotta know is that to let the Lord direct your path. Remember, Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, everything, and lean not to your understanding. And everything, acknowledge him. He will direct your path. This is in the word. He's not a man that shall lie, nor son of man that shall repent. So if he said in his word, that means he's bound by it. He's going to go for his word. It doesn't return back to him void. So my encouragement to everyone here, the motivation for you today is this. Whatever it is you have, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's a business, whether it's a dream, a vision, or whatever. And I know you go hard with it. Some people, it took 5 years. Some people took a year. Some people took 10. It doesn't matter. Just continue to go with it. I'm going to give you this analogy and we're going to finish it like this. As a football player, just think about a life of a football player. Let's say you start with OTAs. You got OTAs, training camp, practices, 2 a days, 3 a days, sometimes 4 days, depending on what it is. And you're hurting. You're suffering. You're taking that ice bath. You go into these doctors to get recuperated. Don't forget about preseason. You gotta make the team. In the season. Then your team good enough, it's the playoffs. And your team really good enough, it's a Super Bowl. And then let's say you win the Super Bowl. Those players will look back at everything they went through that season. And it's all worth it. To hold up their champion. Because when they're a champion in the NFL or any sports, their name is synonymous with that sport. And it can't be taken away. The same with you as well. When you go through the hardships, go through the trials and tribulations, but when you come out on top, come out pure gold, you're going to look back at it and say it was all worth it because I'm here. And you will use the next person. They're about to go through the exact same thing. They can look at you as inspiration. Do not despise small beginnings, y'all. And that's coming from Zechariah chapter 4, verse 10. Alright, y'all. Like I said, this is going to be my motivation. So let's get into the next topic. We're going to talk about a new coach at Hampton. So, looks like somebody's coming back to Hampton Roads, everybody. This is a report about Mark Davis, from WTKR. We're talking about former NBA player Bryant Stith. Now, let me let you know who Bryant Stith is. He returns to the 757 when he joins the Hampton staff and associate head coach. Bryant Stith was at ODU. How long? 9 seasons. He then took the job at UNC Greensboro on July 6, 2022. He will now be joining Yvonne Thomas' staff for the 2026-2027 campaign, which the school announced this past Tuesday afternoon. He was spent the last 4 seasons as assistant coach at UNC Greensboro. Mind you, he was an NBA veteran guard. Stith was on Jeff Jones' coaching staff for 9 years with the Monarchs, helping them to an NCAA tournament in the NIT semifinals. He played for Jones at UVA before a 10-year NBA career. So we want to say congratulations, Bryant Stith. Welcome to Hampton Roads. This is for Hampton. I'm just gonna give you a little congratulations because I'm no for state. Behold the green and gold. So the Pirates, congratulations on Bryant Stith. But now, I gotta talk about this though. DJ, hit it.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders. Left hand up. Who are we?
Yes, sir. Welcome back. Hold on. Before I start, let me go ahead and throw on the championship belt. You already know what it is. Like I said, the NFL draft just happened. Who did Washington take? We're talking about that boy Sonny Styles from the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now, if y'all listen to the radio show, I was on Sports Insight 7-9 a.m. this past Friday, and I talked about Sonny Styles. And as a fan, just think about his numbers, y'all. This dude was #1 production in combine. Matter of fact, how about this? You don't believe me? Take a look at this video.
Sonny Styles just dominated at the NFL Combine. At 6'5", 244 pounds, he put up a 43.5-inch vertical, the highest by a linebacker at the Combine since 1999. An 11'2" broad jump, 99th percentile explosion. And then he ran a 4.46 in the 40. That's not normal. That's superhero stuff. He was already PFF's linebacker 1. This morning, his draft range started at number 5 overall. After that performance, number 5 doesn't feel like his ceiling anymore. It feels like his floor.
Yes, sir. You see the stats? You see the attributes? Oh, it makes it so exciting for the Commanders, because you know why? This offseason, Adam Peterson, he was cooking. Let him cook. Because look what happened. This past offseason, we flooded defense. I talked about it in my previous videos. You see it on the news. The Washington Commanders was going after defense. This draft, I get them A. Yes, sir. That's what I get. That draft, I give them an A. Now, here's the thing about this, too. And I have to say this. By us picking up Sonny Styles, you know what that really means. Let's just give applause to Bobby Wagner. Because basically, us picking up Sonny Styles, I don't see us keeping Bobby Wagner. And there's already reports is that our team in our division, them Cowgirls, are picking up Bobby Wagner. Now, mind you, is it a bad pick? I don't see nothing not. Because their head coach, Bryant Stith, had ties with Bobby Wagner when he was in Seattle. So, bringing him over there, hey, you know, it is what it is. I mean, we had that before. Remember Ryan Kerrigan left Washington, went to Philly? It didn't seem right. Remember Alfred Morris? He left us, went to Dallas? Didn't seem right. Even he said he didn't want to leave. So all I gotta say is, you know, we will forever, you know, we'll love you, Bobby Wagner. You was with us. You did your thing. Even as you got older, you still was a leader in the locker room. You know, Jay and Dan, maybe you losing one of his friends. You know, they used to have the little thing together when they used to joke each other. But hey, we gotta get younger. It's the name of the game, y'all. We can't do that. You know, we had an older team. It's time to get younger. We already got a new offensive coordinator. We got a new defensive coordinator. We bringing in these guys from other teams that were really good and they're coming to us. So we're getting everything put together. And then you also got to think about our offense. You know, we got to protect the five. Jalen Daniels. We got these new guys coming in. You know, like I said, Rashad White, Jerome Ford. You know, we bringing in the rookie from Clemson, Tony Williams. We still got Traylon Burks. We still got Terry McLaurin. We still got the tight end that came from Tennessee. So all this stuff is starting to happen to build a team. And am I excited? Absolutely. Because we're not just getting name people. We're getting people who actually was productive with their teams. And now with a new staff, we have a new mindset. Time to raise hell. Or even with the New Jersey Hellraisers. It's all good. This is the Commanders right here. And I can't wait until the season starts where I can throw on my uniform, my work clothes, my work pants, and travel up to Maryland, to the Northwest Stadium, and be in front of all the greatest fans. I'm talking, I got Home Team King, Janky Rondo, Rio Robinson, the Hall Farmers, the podcast. I mean, everybody be at the Commanders Stadium. And of course, the game itself as well. And hearing the announcement for our PA, Mark Fredo as well. The season is here. NFL is back. And it's only a matter of time, Lord. It's only a matter of time, y'all, till we're back in the stadium looking at the Washington Commanders raise hell in Northwest Stadium at JD5. And like Jakey Rondo said, he's better than all those quarterbacks. I can't wait. And at the end, when we hold that championship, when we win the NFC East, when we get back into what we was a couple years ago, the NFC Championship, I told you, the Washington Commanders go to the championship, and if they get to the Super Bowl, DMV will be shut down. Woo! Can't wait, y'all. But that's just right there. That's the Commanders talk right there for everyone. But like I said before, at the beginning, there's a story I want to talk about. This is going to be very personal for me. So I'm just gonna be me, y'all. All right. This story right here. For y'all know, I'm a YouTuber. I do these videos on YouTube. I told you I did earlier when I said also I cut up. But I'm also a guy in the job market as well. What that means, I have a job. I work for the city of Portsmouth. I work for the Norfolk Tides. You already know I work for the Washington Commanders. And I'm on the radio. I say that to say this. I ultimately want to get to being a journalist, whether it's on Fox Sports, Sports Center, ESPN, or even a local TV station. But what I noticed, like I said, if you look at my LinkedIn, what I noticed is sometimes it's not the experience, it's the connections. let me be real right now. So I'm just gonna be me. So like I said before, I want a TV job. I want to work at a TV station. WTKR, Wavy 10, Channel 13, Fox Sports, ESPN, CNN, all that good stuff. So one thing I put on my post was I wanted to challenge the people up there. When I got into this business, I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Johnny D. He told me in this business as being a journalist, you need to have multiple hats. You not can't just one thing go home. You basically gotta do a lot of things because, you know, as a journalist, you gotta be everywhere. He also said you gotta have experience as well, which I know, I understand a lot of people have experience and they want to get someone who has experience. So one of my nicknames people just call me, still to this day, they say I'm a Jamaican because I have all these jobs. And they ask me why. Well, the reason is because when you go to certain these jobs, they always say, oh, we need experience in this field, we need experience in that field, we need 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. So what that mean was, you know, I'm basically taking time away from being from my family in order to do these things. So by me doing these things is to show that, hey, I'm capable of, I can do this. I have people that have referenced me. I have people do recommendations for me. I have all the stuff that you would think that somebody want. So what happens? You get so many rejection letters, so many rejection emails. You get people not even calling you back. You get people literally who work at these stations are shouting my name to these hiring managers saying like, go get him. Ricardo, that's what my first name. Go get Ricardo. He's great. I have worked with him. I vouch for him. But then it gets turned down and they go after somebody else. So what I did on LinkedIn, I just wanted to challenge the system by saying, is it experience that these companies want, or they just deal with networking? What I mean by networking is technically they already got somebody and they just put it on the website so that because by law they have to if they hire them, but they already got somebody in who they want. That's why I compared the whole what I'm about to talk about to the Rooney Rule, and why a lot of people say it doesn't work because some of these owners already know who they want. But by the Rooney Rule, you have to interview a minority. What happens? Like I said in one of my videos, I can give the minority or the owner give the minority some of the dumbest questions that have nothing to do with the job. Personality questions, for goodness sake, instead of the X's and O's. But then when they get to the person they want, then they ask them the questions that they really want to know. How you take care of this on this play, well, whatever. What your philosophy for the team going forward? What's different than the last coach? Stuff that they really want to know compared to someone that they just brought in and they just said whatever so they can say, well, we satisfy that rule. That's the same with this right here. And I started researching it and come to find out this story actually have been brought out before. Many of y'all probably don't remember. Around the football season, Ryan Clark was going after one of the journalists, I think it was NFL Network. And basically he challenged him his journalism career. Why is that? Because Ryan Clark is a former NFL player. So he knows what goes on in the locker rooms and he knows the inside out of what the players feel. But in turn, you shut down Peter, either Peter or the other one, their journalist career. Them going to school, them having been years into the business. Journalists does research as well. Journalists have to sometimes stay up late nights as well, like NFL athletes, because why? Journalists have to give the papers, the news, the TV, they have to get their reports. So they have to spend up late nights. They have to travel to certain these events, these football events, the basketball events, these sport events, or whatever. They have to do that. Sometimes they may stay longer than the athletes. I'm gonna give you a prime example. When I'm working for the Commanders, let's say the game ends at 4:15. They do the interview, the press conference, all that stuff that the players do in their contracts. They have to do. Then they go in their bus or they go in their locker room and they leave. Do you know the journalists have to stay back? For me, if the game ends at 5:30, even though I'm a Dream Seats usher, I have to stay back to 5. I have to stay back to an hour later. So if it ends at 4:30, I stay back to 5:30, 5:45. Do you know why I'm leaving? The guys are still in the front of the field, still doing journalist stuff, while the players probably already gone. So they have to get their reports too, because they may got a telecast coming at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So I say that to say this. When he challenged him, it almost looked like, what's the point of having a journalist if a lot of these companies just want the network of an athlete? Or when it comes to TV stations, they had network within. I'm gonna give you some paperwork right here. This is experience versus connections within a TV network or sports or any type of entity. They say number one, authenticity and trust. Journalists with personal connections to a community, such as shared racial, gender, and experience backgrounds, can build deeper trust with sources. That's for journalists. Now, when it comes to connections and networking, the simple fact is because they already know somebody in the business, and they will actually contact that person rather than going outsource and go find a journalist who's probably going for that position. But because they want to stay within house, they'll literally say, yeah, we're hiring for the position, but we're not really hiring for it. We just got putting it up there, but we got somebody within the house that's going to take over. When these companies say, can we look at a demo reel? When these companies look at it and say, can I say your resume? When these companies say, can I see your portfolio? I want to ask you, are you really looking at it? Are you really looking at the resume? Are you really looking at their reels? Because if you really are, and it's the job that they're going for, isn't it basically satisfied with what you want them to do? This is my thing I want to tell every last TV station or anybody that's hiring. I would love for y'all to put who you want in the position versus somebody who wants the position that's outside. Battle it out. And have judges not within the company but outside to look at it and see who is better. And here's the thing about which I wish they would do that, because it's like a rap battle. It's not proves, it puts literally that person on Front Street. Personally, I have been on the field. I have been a host at Eagles Nest. NFL game days, I did it for 2 years. I was out there calling turnovers, touchdowns. I was giving away money for when they get the number was called. I was giving out gifts during halftime. I was giving reports, taking pictures. I was doing everything that a person who journalist would do in the field. When it comes to sponsorships, I was with sponsors. One of our sponsors was the Baker Bagel, which is in Virginia Beach or Chesapeake. I went out there, made one, came back and promoted it on the show. So a lot of times, the thing about it is, some of these companies will deal with people they know rather than people they don't know. And I get it. You may think, well, if I go with, so I don't know this person, so our station may crumble in numbers. But if I go with this person, I know maybe they may not have the good numbers, but I know they've been in the industry for a long time, or it's a safe bet. But that's the problem with evolution with some of these people in this business. It's because it's evolving. Some things that these journalists are doing that you want to hire isn't doing what's going on now. Social media is king. Being in the community is king. Doing the stuff you need to make your station number one. That's the thing about it. Some of them ain't doing it. They're just doing what needs to be done and just throwing it out in the field. So what are you really looking at then? Are you really saying you're hiring for certain positions, or are you just really just throwing it out there to satisfy a law or whatever, but you already have hiring? See, this is why I say, for people that want to be in this position, that want to be in this industry, it's going to be a lot of heartaches, especially if you don't have no networking. You don't have no connections in there. It's literally going to take the immersiveness of God for you to get in. And I just say this to say this. I say that to say this, excuse me. Don't give up. Do what you need to do. Build experience. And I know you want to get paid for it. I'm not getting paid for this. Eventually I do want to get paid for it. Heck, a beautiful thing would be for me to make this my career, that I get paid for it, and I don't have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go work at the city of Portsmouth. I have multiple jobs, and if I do have multiple jobs, it's because just to get more experience to get out there. But this right here, this would be a beautiful thing. So you have to build your experience. My former co-host J-Lo is doing multiple things, and shout out to J-Lo, he's doing his thing. But some stuff he's not getting paid for, but it's building his experience. So one day when somebody look at him and be like, we want him. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I have multiple jobs. That's why I do the YouTube. That's why I do the radio station, the work for the Tides, the work for the Commanders. That's why I do all this stuff, so that when someone sees me, they can say, I want him. I see his passion, I see his dedication. And if he can do all that stuff and also raise a family, he can be with us. That's why this was personal. I had to end this video with that. Because I know how it feels to a lot of people who going for position, and not just journalist position, not just TV. I mean just jobs and careers in general. I know how it feels when it feels like you're doing everything impossible, but you're just getting overlooked. I know how that feels. That's why on my next video, I want y'all to look at this scripture. Galatians 6:9. Do not get weary in doing good, for in the right proper time you will reap harvest. I'm going to explain more on that, and I'm going to tell everybody right now, don't give up, keep going. Somebody's going to see you. Somebody's going to allow you the door. For me, I just need 1 foot in the door. 1 foot, and I'm going to blow that door open. Well, that's the video for today, y'all. Like I said, I kept it real. No wig, no will follow, no belt. This is me speaking from the heart. But it's your boy Don Suave. I'll catch y'all later, y'all. Till next time. Peace.